The Fox 29 News at 6:30 starts now. We've got you covered.
From the first days racing on the beach to the modern marvel that is the Daytona International Speedway.
One of the fastest, most challenging racetracks in the world.
Daytona means racing, and the Great American Race is unlike any other.
There's so much that can happen in a 500-mile race. I mean, we all know that.
65 years of sights and sounds.
Just come. It's just worth it. It's worth it. Make the trip. Make the trip. Nothing like it.
It's Daytona, baby.
The drivers are ready, the fans are ready, and so are we, getting you set for Sunday's green flag at the 500.
Good evening and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway. I am Megan McRoberts, and as you can see and hear behind me, a Florida tradition is back. This Sunday, NASCAR on Fox returns with the 66th running of the Daytona 500. Fox 29 is your home for all the action. We are live to get you ready for what to expect while also celebrating our own NASCAR history. This week, our team flooded Media Day so you could hear directly from NASCAR's biggest stars. Take a listen.
When I put a helmet on, I want to win. That's the decision I make. That's just how I'm wired. But I have a few other reasons why I'm out there. And the purest of all is the fact that I just love driving and I love racing.
I feel really strong about where our race team is, and knowing I think we made big strides from 22 to 23.
I'm set up for success more than I've ever been in the last 7 years of my Cup career.
You just try to take all the info and experience that you can, and then hopefully you're in a spot to where you can use it.
Now that the field is set, we again know Daytona will feature some of the biggest names the sport really has ever seen. This week, Fox 29's Kendall Hyde got to speak with the drivers, asking them just what the 500 means to them.
If you talk to casuals, diehards, or even those who don't know much about the sport of NASCAR, they all know three words: the Daytona 500. It's one of the most special tracks in the country, and it also has many memories for those who watch and even participate. Since 1959, the Daytona 500 has been the heartbeat of the sport we call NASCAR.
I mean, it's Daytona. I mean, I don't know what else you need to know about it. I mean, the history of our sport is built here.
What they've built this event into, and they continue to make it bigger and better every year. It's just a prestigious event. The purse, the trophy, the crowd, the atmosphere here is just unmatched. The legendary track spans about 500 acres and features the famous 31-degree high banks, allowing drivers to hit top speeds while allowing fans to get a great view of the 2.5-mile speedway. And with any competition, there can only be one winner. And for Martin Truex Jr., he's hoping that the track he fell in love with as a kid will bring him luck on Sunday.
This is the biggest one of the year, so it kicks off a new season as well, which is kind of interesting. And it's always just, the excitement of, the off-season preparation, and you come down here and see what you have.
For some drivers, this track offers nothing but fond memories.
Winning it. Definitely the best one.
And for others, it's all about changing their past luck.
Well, we ran second here one time, so that was kind of cool, I guess. I would like to have won, but that was a decent finish, and the rest of them we pretty well crashed, so there hadn't been a whole lot of good.
I guess finishing second, not a great memory, but to be part of the closest finish in history here was cool. I just wish we were on the other side of it.
With so much emotion from all of the drivers, fireworks are expected over the weekend.
So many drivers did also talk about the fans. They are dedicated at the least. Some of them even make their annual February trip, not just days in advance, but they come weeks in advance of the 500. Fox 29's John Barron caught up with some racing diehards who circle the calendar every year.
We're here sitting out the center of the race world as the Daytona 500 is getting set to take place on February 18th. These stands behind me, over 100,000 of those fans are going to be packing in those stands alone, not counting the super fans over in the RVs and the campers. Now, many of the fans we spoke to say they can't wait to see who's going to take home that checkered flag. Some of them saying they're hoping to see those seasoned veterans like Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch claim their very first in a legendary career. But many of them say they're just ready for the spectacle that is Daytona.
We have a NASCAR pool going on. If I had to pick anybody for today, it's going to be Logano.
I'd like to see Blaney do it in the 12 car. I got him in my NASCAR pool, so to see him go and the bragging rights, you know.
Great, man. Out here in the sun, blue skies. We got a big snowstorm when we left. So we drove down through the storm from Connecticut. We do a yearly thing down to Talladega as well. Our first time here in Daytona, man, we are super pumped. I got my boys here with me and all the guys and stuff like that, all good buddies. So we're super excited to be here.
Yeah, I get it. Like, this is the first race of the year, biggest race of the year, right? And it's almost like, everybody's kind of dream to win the Daytona 500, anyone in racing. And it'd be nice to see these guys do it. Anybody, even if they don't want to be in the Hall of Fame, they'd rather win this, and I hope they do.
Well, if you're not going to be in the stands or over there with the RVs and campers, you can be right here on the Hard Rock Fan Deck. As you can see, you got a perfect view of seeing the racetrack and even a chance to see some of your favorite drivers before they make their way out to pit row. Here in Daytona, John Barron, Fox 29 News. We've got you covered.
You just never know who might be in the crowd here at the Daytona 500, but we did manage to see Miss America. She was walking around talking to some fans, even some little girls, but she gave us a few minutes to speak with her as well. She will be in the pace car on Sunday, weather permitting, of course, here at the Daytona 500, but she also talked to us about what it means for her to be here for the first time herself.
I mean, this is the first time I've ever been to an event like this, so I'm so excited, obviously, getting to represent Miss America and the Air Force as being Second Lieutenant Marsh, because this is just such a unique American experience, and I'm excited to bring all of these other, positions to it.
So I stressed there, James, weather permitting. I know a lot of people are going to be maybe driving up this way this weekend. Everyone's thinking about Sunday and what the possible weather up here. We know a lot of rain's expected, what that might do to the race. What are you seeing so far?
Yeah, don't blame the weather, man. I mean, just the timing of this isn't great because I saw in your stories it's beautiful up there right now, but things will start to cloud up and, well, the rain will come on in. So let's just go through time here, and you see Daytona right there, and the rain starts to move in as early as tomorrow afternoon. It sticks around for a while. The only saving grace here is notice Daytona is kind of right on the line. So it's not really if it's going to rain or not, it's how much and how heavy the rain will be. Because if this ends up being a little bit farther north, you get the heavy rain. But if it starts getting a little bit farther south, maybe you just get some light rain around. And in general, so this is through race time. This is now through 4 o'clock. It doesn't really budge that much. But on the line there for sure. And then afterwards, of course, everything moves out. And then it looks beautiful by Monday. So it just really lines up here for Sunday. Not going to be a hot rain either. It's going to be a chilly rain with temperatures only near 60 and then falling off into the 50s as the race goes on. And again, that rain pretty consistent here through the time.
Ahead, meet a Daytona Speedway legend, one that at 103 years young has an entire office named after her. And behind the scenes with just what it takes to make a Daytona 500 happen in millions of living rooms. We are behind the scenes with Fox Sports.
As we go to break, a look at one of the most famous moments in NASCAR history. Lee Petty won the first Daytona 500 back in 1959.